So I am here with Itzel and Joey, Joseph, Joe. How do you
Joey.
wanna go? Joey works? All right. You know, one of my best childhood friends is named Joey. So, although he doesn't like going by Joey anymore, but I always think of him as Joey. So it's all good. He goes by Joseph now. If you're watching, Joseph, this one's for you. And Itzel, how long have you been at the Gospel Rescue Mission now?
Almost 6 months.
Almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And Joey, you've been here for?
A month and a half, going on 2 months now.
Okay, so different time spans, different times, length of time. So let's start. I'm just going to work it this way. So, Itzel, can you tell me a little bit about how you got here? You don't have to give out any gruesome details or anything.
A lot of family problems that did not go as I expected, and staying in a car, and then someone told me about this place. Not very great things, but
Okay.
I still tried it, and they were wrong, basically. But I don't know. I like it, so it's pretty cool.
So when you say not very great things, and it doesn't, again, this stuff, I've heard it, I've been here for over 12 years now, and I've been hearing it for years, the not so great things. So it doesn't offend me, or anything, but I'm just kind of curious, what kind of not so great things, and what kind of a person, was it another homeless person that told you not great things, or was it something?
Technically, someone who's been at the mission for like maybe a month or something.
Okay.
But it was a while ago, and she mostly just had problems with rules or church things. But I don't really find it that hard to do. So I just don't pay attention to what she said because it didn't make sense at all once I tried it. So yeah.
You gave it a shot. You tried
like
it,
it.
and here you are.
Yeah.
And now you are currently serving as an RA for the Ladies' House, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I hear, Monica's, really pleased with, just how you're doing, your progress here and everything. Now, you have a little one with you, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Her.
Her name? Sorry,
Ava.
I'm sorry, Ava. Boy, if she's watching right now, Ava, I totally apologize. So, and is she in school yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's in first grade.
First grade, that's right. She just turned 7 or 8?
7.
7, okay. And man, oh man, what a fun time. Well, now in a house like this with rules, you'd heard all these hard things about rules and how harsh it was and the church stuff and everything. You say you don't find it that hard.
It's not, honestly. You just have to communicate with people, and then it's a lot easier. It's basically like a big family.
Yeah?
So I like it. We usually get along a lot, and it's not that hard to get through everything.
I always hear Girls' House sounds like it's fun right now. You got
It kind of is.
good things. Yeah?
I say it is.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now, Joey, you've been here for a month and a half.
Yeah, 47 days.
47 days, man. Tell me a little bit about what kind of brought you here.
I definitely thought a change in location would help give me a better life or help me live a better life. And one night I just spontaneously bought a plane ticket to Medford, Oregon. Had nowhere to go, last $200, and started Googling where to stay. And I found this place on the second. First one was Rogue Retreat.
Yeah.
This was my second option, and I got to check in here.
Okay. And so you really hadn't heard a bunch of negatives about the place or anything like that. You just were like, you thought, well, I'm just going to Google it, which is
No
great.
preconceived.
Yeah. And so far, the stay has been what?
A great learning experience.
Yeah.
I've gotten to be around a bunch of men who want to get themselves off of the bottom of the hole that they've gotten themselves into and into a better place in life, and so do I. And I think as long as you want to improve yourself, this is the spot.
Really? All right. And you think that you're saying like that seems like common with the other guys? Are you finding that that's kind of a common experience as you're talking with the other guys?
I find if you want to better yourself, then this is a better spot or place.
Yeah.
But those who have difficulty with rules or just want to make it their home and stay for a weekend, it's a little bit more difficult for them to stay.
Yeah. And you say you came from out of the area. Where did you originally come from?
Huntington Beach, California.
Wow. Wow. And sometimes, I mean, that kind of is the thing, it's just like, I just need a change of environment, because maybe my own environment's become pretty toxic, right? And is there a lot of homeless people there in Huntington Beach?
Oh yeah, it's well known for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd seen some videos, but you always kind of wonder. I mean, it's been a while since I've been to Huntington Beach, so, you never know what it's like there anyways. So, so how long were you homeless before you came here?
I've never been homeless before. I've always had a roof over my head.
Okay.
I would say at night.
Okay. So that's good. Okay. And then so really what you were just looking for was just a program, some kind of structured environment then.
Exactly.
And do you think, what do you think so far? If you would say, like, are there things here that are lending itself to your success right now? And what are they?
Just having rules in general, not allowing us to be too free is good for me. Because I like to be too free. I like to sleep in bed all day. But as long as you tell me don't sleep in bed all day, go get a job, volunteer if you don't have a job, wake up on time. And I specifically like chapel because it gives me the opportunity to learn about Christianity and read the Bible, which I've never delved into. I've always delved into AA or self-help books.
Okay.
And this is a new experience for me.
Okay.
I'm really on a pink cloud about it.
And you're liking it?
Loving it.
Good. How do you feel about that?
I like chapel too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we're all kind of, so Greg and Eric are kind of laughing, here because it seems like, when we talk to people in the community, homeless people in the community, there's this weird idea that, like, we're just jamming religion down people's throats, and here you two are, relatively fresh, in your time here, and you're not like going, let me, choke on this Bible bone that somebody jammed down my throat or something, right? So I don't know. What would you say to somebody who says, I need a different life, but I don't want to go to a Christian organization? Oh no! Oh, shudder! Christian organization.
It's not really that bad. If you're paying attention, it's okay. But if you end up getting sidetracked and not paying attention, they'll just remind you to pay attention and be polite. So as long as you're being polite and not distracting people, it's usually pretty nice. Yeah.
I think seems like that's a pretty good rule for just about everywhere in life, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, again, I imagine part of the reason we do these kind of interviews is because I'm hoping that there's another Joey and Itzel out there somewhere that's maybe Googling, like, where the heck am I going to go? Where could I possibly go that's going to give me help? And I'm thinking that, a town as small as Grants Pass, that they may have heard somebody say something negative about us, and everything. So I'm hoping that you guys can say something that might, if somebody's watching our video right now and they're thinking about coming in, what would you say to them? Don't do it. Run. Go back to Huntington Beach. Right.
Of course, we're going to be held to responsibilities or standards. Yeah. We're adults now, so. But this is a good beginning, and it's not too harsh. I like that it's just harsh enough, I think. But even me.
It never hurts to try it.
Never hurts to try.
Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier. The street's always going to be there for you. If you want to go back, you can always go backwards. And drugs will still be available. There's still going to be, if you want to do crime, there's crime out there. If you want to be, failing at life, you can always go back to failing. I guess, but you might actually end up winning and turning around. I always hope.
I never had much of a parental figure in my life, even when I was younger. And the men in this gospel rescue mission have given me the direction and suggestion that I needed to get myself up again. And that was something that was necessary for my success. And so I thank you all for that.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I think anybody who comes in is going to need some support, and that is going to be the key thing. Is this place gives you not just a place to sleep, food to eat, and some responsibilities to take care of, but the wanting for you to succeed. You guys want to see us do better, and you want to be our friends when we move on and build our lives out of here. So, and that's beautiful.
Dude, and I can tell you right now, many of my very good friends are people that I met right here, and we still stay in contact. I mean, there's nothing more exciting than going downtown and going, shopping at Home Depot or something like that, or Walmart or wherever we're at, eating at a restaurant, staying at a hotel or whatever, and seeing somebody that was an alum from here, man, that is doing well, and they just come through and they're like, yes, and we just, we hug each other and we cry and we get all excited, and hearing all the life that they now have in front of them, everything that they were asking me for, now they can give to somebody else, and that's amazing, isn't it? That's all I really want. So, Sal, what do you think? I mean, where do you see yourself going from here? What do you think what are you hoping for life to hold for you?
Finding a good job and a nice place to be at.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting myself stable.
Yeah. That'd be good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you're well on your way. I think your daughter really needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Joey, how about you, man? You got any plans? Any thoughts?
Your director, John's, got me on the idea of a 2-year plan, saving up enough money to buy property out here. So that's a big goal, but something more attainable now than when I was in California with $600,000 property prices at minimum.
Oh, my goodness. I'd even say, man, save your money here and buy property somewhere where it's even cheaper than it is here, man. I mean, there's places in the country where you can still buy a home for $60,000, and stuff. Unbelievable, and so, but again, your life is right in front of you and all that. And we have residents right now who were homeless when they started, and who are now actually looking at buying homes. I mean, they have moved that far, and it might have taken 1.5 years, 2 years or something to get there, but okay, there they are. We've changed, we've moved, we've walked with them from not being productive to not only being productive, but like thriving, right? Yeah. And now what we all want to do is thrive and, have a life that is the thing that, I don't know, the thing that we're all looking and going, you see people out on the street and you see them driving, a vehicle that you go, man, what would it be like to be able to drive that vehicle every day? Or, or you see a couple coming out with their kids out of the car and they're going to the park or something. You're thinking, man, I'd love to be able to do that with my kids someday. That's attainable. That's totally attainable. And you guys can have any and all of that you want in life. And that's a sweet thing. So, well, very good. Now, dude, you said that you had a question for me right at the very end.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of Chapel, and it's not from me, but it's from another resident.
Oh, okay. Good.
In all seriousness, is Lego Star Wars the mark of the beast?
I love it. The answer is no, but because Lego Star Wars did not exist when the Apostle John wrote the Revelation. So whatever his answer to what the mark of the beast it had to make sense to the audience there, okay? And they would, if it was Lego Star Wars, well, they wouldn't have known, it wouldn't have made any sense to them because they hadn't invented Legos yet, right? Good question. Theology right here, deep, profound theology right here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. Guys, I really thank you for just taking the time to come in and visit and be honest and be vulnerable. And thank you for the encouraging words for your stay here and everything. I guess let's do this. Let me throw this out because although that was a really good question and it should have been the cliffhanger, the tail end that we run the whole thing on. But if you said, man, this is like, here's the hardest thing for me during my stay here at the mission. This is the hardest thing that I wish I'd never I wish I'd changed this. The rules, those rough rules or whatever they are, what would it be?
I mean, it's just getting used to the personalities that you're around all the time, because it's not
Yeah.
always the easiest to get along with.
Yeah.
But eventually you get used to it, and then, after a month, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's good. How about you? Anything?
I like how you and Director John had also said that you look for keeping people here more than you look for kicking people out. And so,
For sure. I'm always looking for finding reasons to keep you here, man. I mean, I'd much rather do that. If we wanted to kick people out, I'd just close the doors, man. I mean, it'd be super easy to do. It'd be, that's the easiest thing to find reasons to kick somebody out. We all struggle at times. We all have times when we stumble. John is one of my dear friends. I've known John for 16 years, and he and I have been good buddies for a long, long time. He and I both have seen each other struggle and stumble at times in our lives and everything. Everybody does. The question is, what do you do with it? I mean, do you own it, and are you honest about it? Do you confess your faults and repent of them? Do you turn around and try and make it right, or do you make excuses and blame shift? If you make excuses and blame shift, you'll never find your way out of it. When you own those mistakes, then you're going to find that you're going to find yourself, doing well, moving past them, not repeating them, right? And that's kind of what we're shooting for. We're looking for repentance, man, and say, if somebody recognizes I blew it, hey, I'm struggling, and they're like you said, communicating about it, they're talking about it, man, that's super good.
Yeah, we're fighting a war of not of flesh and blood, but of principalities.
It's a spiritual battle.
It is.
It is. It's a spiritual battle, and yet our flesh and blood is still caught up in it, right? I mean, addictions are things that are attaching themselves to our flesh and blood in a sense, and so getting clean and sober, having that time here where you've got a period of time where there's just no crutches, no chemistry crutches. It's just me. I say no chemistry crutches. I got my cup of coffee right here, but you're sitting there going, I can survive and deal with life with exactly who I am, and I know myself well enough to know what I've got in front of me, and I'm being honest about it, and I'm working on my shortcomings as well as trying to strengthen those things that are good in my life, right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to do. As we get to know you, we're trying to find out where are the skills that you have. What's the stuff that's looking good, and then how can we build on that? And then as we build on that, the other things will start to drop off, and along the way, because we didn't come in here so broken that you didn't have some skills in some way. You were smart enough to come in here, and that's a good start, right? That's a success. So, yeah. Very good. Well, I sure appreciate you guys taking the time to come in and just work your way through the process and be an encouragement to other people who might be thinking about coming in. And I don't know, you got any friends and family that might be watching you want to say hi to?
Andrew, Mike, get over here.
There you go. All right. There you go. So, all right, Andrew and Mike. We're praying for you. Hey, if you guys are watching this, and I would ask, continue to pray for Itzel, continue to pray for Joey. These are young folks that are just looking to, start making the right decisions, continue making the right decisions. Pray for their strength, for their favor in God's sight as they continue to work to please Him and do well in their lives. And thanks, man. I really appreciate you coming in. Any last words? You guys got anything you want to say? You're thinking, man, if there's any one thing, you kind of look like you might have something to say, Joey.
Thank you so much for Pastor Jack Straw.
Yeah? Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Jack, he's going to love that. What was the thing?
Prayer chapters and verses on index cards. I kind of opened the Bible this morning out of random and said, okay, what do you want me to say on this show? And then I opened it to a random page with my eyes closed and just picked the first verse on it. It said, Titus 3, 1-3 was, remind the people to be subject to rulers and authorities, to be obedient, to be ready to do whatever is good, to slander no one, to be peaceable and considerate, and always be gentle towards everyone. At one time, we too were foolish, disobedient, deceived, and enslaved by all kinds of passions and pleasures. We lived in malice and every day being hated and hating one another. And I thought that applied so much.
Dude, I am so glad we took the time to slow down and not move on to the next segment. And you took the courage to tell me that. That was so good. So very cool, man. I mean, again, the Apostle Paul speaking their incredible wisdom, and our verse today is coming from the book of Titus too, as well. So that's fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Jack Straw, for encouraging people to do the right thing and to use index cards for memory and stuff like that. He's so fun. So cool stuff.